Hi, it's Liz at Fort White. Welcome to Fort White Alive at Home. We're so excited to share this virtual programming with you while you're staying safe in your own homes. So stay tuned. Your Fort White Alive host is up next to guide you on your next adventure.
Hi, welcome to Fort White Farms. I'm Owen, kitchen program coordinator here on the farm. And today we're going to make a chicken and tofu piccata, which is one of my favorite quick weeknight meals. It's only these ingredients that you can see here, as well as pasta in the dish. Super fast, super delicious. So we'll start with the tofu because food safety. I'm going to cut the tofu first and then move on to the chicken. So you want to start with extra firm tofu. It's just a lot easier to fry and to work with than the softer tofus. This one has a bit of a rounded top on it, so I'm gonna just cut that off because it won't fry up as nicely. It won't all touch the pan. I'm gonna slice this into 3 planks. Just, you wanna keep them as evenly thick as possible. So we just have 3 here. And I'm gonna put them on this plate. I'm actually gonna add a little bit of milk to the plate. And you can use milk or water, you could use soy milk if that's what you prefer. This just gets the tofu a little wet so that the flour, the salt, and the pepper that we're gonna dredge it in will stick better. So we'll just give that flour a little mix here. And it's about half a cup of flour, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of pepper. There we go. Put that on there. You always want to try and keep one hand dry and one hand wet when you're dredging things, so that the flour doesn't stick to you as much as it does to the food. There we go, dry hand. All that said, I often don't end up keeping a dry hand. Knock some of that off. And then okay. There we go. So next we're gonna do the chicken. First we're gonna butterfly the chicken breast. So this is a whole chicken breast here. I'm gonna put it down flat on the cutting board. And you wanna start at the thickest end of the chicken breast, so which is usually the wider end as well. And then just pick a spot that sort of looks like it's in the middle, halfway between. If you have the chicken closer to the edge of the board and the edge of your counter, it's easier to hold on to. Grip your knife nice and tight here. Put one hand flat on top of the breast. And then just slowly go through. Now, I often don't get them completely even, so let's see what happens. So, one half always looks great. Ooh, this half does not look too bad. Oftentimes, it's split in the middle, it's a lot thinner at the bottom. That's fine, just go with it. So, I'm gonna use my non-chicken hand to move my tofu over here to this plate, just so that I can dredge the chicken in this flour as well. And you don't really need a thick coating on the chicken or on the tofu. You just want a little bit of flour on there, just enough to give it a bit of a brown, crisp. By the end of it, I never know anymore. Okay, there we go. So now we're ready to fry. So now we're gonna start frying the chicken and the tofu. I've just got a tablespoon of butter in each pan. I'm gonna add a little bit of oil as well. I'm gonna get it nice and sizzling. 2 separate pans, of course, for 2 separate proteins. Do the tofu in this pan and the chicken in this pan. So you just wanna knock a little bit of the flour off of your chicken and your tofu before you put them in, so you don't have too much on there. And carefully lay it down. It's hot oil and hot butter, so you don't want to just drop it in there. It's going to splash up on you. Non-chicken hand for the tofu. In there. And 2. So these are going to cook for 3 minutes on each side. Let's start my timer here. Okay, so the chicken and the tofu have both cooked for 3 minutes on each side. I'm going to remove them from their pans and put them in the oven on a baking tray that I already have in there, just to stay warm while we make the sauce. Chicken. sauce off. My tofu. Oh. So next I'm just going to squeeze lemon, the juice from one lemon. My juicer here already. Ooh. If you don't have one of these to juice lemons and oranges with, you should really get one. They're fantastic. And then I already have my veggie stock. You can also use chicken stock, but because I'm also making a vegetarian meal today, I'm just sticking with only veggie. I have it right here already. You can use stock that you have in the fridge if you make your own stock, or you can just use powdered stock. That's what I've used today. This is good a job. And then also capers are going to go in the sauce. So turn the oven back on. You want to turn it on to medium-low. So on most ovens, that's about a 5 probably. Let it warm up a little bit. I'm going to put roughly half of this lemon into one and then half into the other. Yep, I'm going to turn that down. Maybe to 4. Then you're going to add stock as well. About a 1/4 cup for one recipe. And then once the bubbling, the sizzling has settled down a little bit, you want to add your butter. So we're going to add about 2 tablespoons to each pan. Butter is what helps thicken the sauce a little bit and make it delicious, of course. You know, we only have these little pieces left. We're just going to put it right in there. We'll give the tofu a little extra because it doesn't have the same fat that chicken does. I'm just going to use my tongs to stir that around a little bit. It doesn't need to be boiling anymore. You just want the butter to melt. I'm going to add capers. So I like a lot of capers, so I usually add about a 1/4 cup to my recipe. I think this is about a 1/4 cup altogether, so I'm going to split it between the 2 recipes. You can just add them right into your sauce. Oh. And then once the butter is melted, everything is coming together a little bit. You're going to take your protein out of the oven and add it back into the sauce. So what that's going to do is it's going to help the chicken cook up a little bit more. And it's also going to incorporate some of the flour that we used for dredging the chicken and the tofu in to thicken the sauce a little bit more. Let's get that in there. Chicken. That was close. There's the tofu. You can just let that sit on medium low, somewhere between 3 and 5 probably on your oven, your stovetop, and let it simmer for about 3 minutes. Now I've also got pasta ready, and I just cooked according to the pasta box directions. So you can have that, I think when you put the chicken and the tofu into the oven would be a good time to start that cooking, so that it's ready by the time this is done simmering. So we have everything ready now. Got some pasta here, I'm going to plate everything up. I just cooked up some linguine. It's my favorite pasta. Give it a little twist in there. This bowl, twist. We'll start with the tofu. Just want to lay them on top. And then we can just pour this beautiful, buttery, capery, lemony sauce over top. The chicken the same way. Lay that on top. Some of those capers out as well. And then just a little garnish with some fresh chopped Italian parsley. and dinner.
Thanks for tuning in and really hope you enjoyed the program. A big thank you to the Province of Manitoba Safe at Home Grant, which allowed us to bring you these virtual programs. Make sure you check out fortwhite.org for a lot more programs and activities. See you again soon.